Hey guys, Michelle D. Ivy Hunter here. Um, sorry, I was just watching the news, have a truck out, and I like to stay as up to date as possible on the weather conditions so I know or can gauge about the delivery times for any of them. Anyhow, oh gosh, there's so many things. One is um, I set out to initially talk about one particular thing, but now with all the things that happened over the weekend, the violence in Chicago, I want to say it's near and dear to me, but not really. I just hate that all the things that I was able to do and enjoy growing up as a teenager, I can't take my son to experience those things. Sorry, I have a couple different things a few fires I'm trying to put out here, so a couple bells and whistles might be going off. Um, but I'm grateful that he is so content with staying home, being home, getting on the computer, watching movies. He's fine with that. But there are so many things. Navy Pier. The last time my son went to Navy Pier, he's 13 now. He was, you know what? I don't think he's ever been. Now that I think about it, um, because I'm thinking about my nephew who's like 30 something now. Um, yeah. So my son has never been. I hate like the Christmas tree lighting. Can't even go do that. And that has nothing to do with the violence. That has to do with the fact that they moved it out of Daily Plaza, which was a lot more accessible. If you couldn't, if it was too cold to get out, you could just drive by and he could look at it. Well, now they moved it to Millennium Park. So that sucks. But the violence, it's not just downtown though. It seems like it's getting more publicity for one because of social media, but two, because it's downtown. This is the thing we protect. If it's in the outskirts on the south side or the west side, it's not as big of an emergency, but now it threatens the economy of Chicago because it's hitting our downtown area, the tourist area, the places where now no one really feels safe going or living because of the violence. They don't want to get carjacked. They don't want to get robbed. They don't want to get killed. All of that. And that's so very valid. Or on the north side, in Lincoln Park, the wealthy Lincoln Park area. And that's very valid. Um, but it's been happening on the west side and the south side for a long time. And it should be just as urgent, as the other areas. But then, so I see that there's going to be a curfew that's been in place, but it's going to be heavily enforced now. My only thing with that, first of all, I agree there should be a curfew. Like, I don't think a 10, 11-year-old should be walking out at night by themselves, in night or day, right? But that's just me. I'm a little old fashioned. But I agree with the curfew and that it's necessary and that there should be one. What I take issue with is, sorry, some camera there, right? Oh, wait. Um, my whole thing is, if you have groups of 13, 14 year olds walking around Millennium Park, how's it going to be handled? How are they going to be approached? Are you going to ask for their license? Well, they don't have license, but you ask for their ID, you ask them how old they are, and things of that nature, which you should. But if there's maybe a group of 13 or 14-year-old white girls, are they even going to be stopped? Are they even, is it even going to register in any law enforcement personnel mind that, oh, they look young. Um, Sorry, still trying to keep an eye on the news. They look young. Let's go and let's approach them. Let's ask them. Or is it going to be, oh, well, this is downtown. It's normal to see, a group of white girls walking around. Is are you not even going to be alerted? See what I'm saying? Um, I have no. Let me just preface all this by saying I have no solutions. I have no remedies. I can only feel. I know how I feel about it, but I have no solutions. People talk about solutions. Oh, well, we should do this and we should do that. Um, there's lack of community resources in black and brown neighborhoods. There are a lack. There, you took away mental health programs. Yeah, yeah, that's an issue as well. There's no investment. There's no money in the black and brown neighborhoods. That is absolutely correct. However, and let me say this, you have some parents out there, especially in the economy and with the pandemic that we're still in the middle of, or is it an endemic now? I don't know if it's moved to an endemic yet. I don't know. But a lot of them have lost their jobs, or at the very least lost wages. So they have to go out, they have to work two and three jobs. And, or we, I'm a part of that, have to work multiple jobs. Okay, so they expect their 13 or 14-year-old to, okay, stay at home. You stay at home, I have to go to work. They're assuming or expecting that their child will do that. But come on now, you have kids of all backgrounds that will try to sneak out to go to this party or that party, or sneak out to go shopping with their friends or go to the movies, because mom isn't home or dad isn't home. That happens in all areas, all neighborhoods. You have students, but parents expect a certain thing. Now, you have some living with grandparents who not always, but may not be able to really keep up with what's going on with them. Now, I said that to say this. You have some parents out there who know exactly what their children are doing, and they either, when I say don't, I want to say don't care. That's one option. You do have some that don't care. You can try to keep your head in the clouds if you want and believe that all parents care. All parents do not care. Okay, not all parents actually care. Um, you have some that maybe care, but maybe they are. Sorry. You have some that care, and maybe some may be at a loss of what to do. They don't want to put them out. You have some that may have put them out, which could be why they're roaming. Um, you have some who may be fearful. I actually wrote and produced a film called "Not the Child I Raised." I'm going to repost that, and it actually hits on that as well, where you're kind of fearful, you're kind of scared of them, especially if they lead a certain kind of lifestyle. Some of the parents or grandparents might be fearful to say anything to them or to anyone else about them. And so they're out there running amok, doing what they want to do, and coming home, eating a meal, and laying their heads, under a roof. Uh, and then you have some of those parents who's not only have their kids out there running amok, some of them will join in. And when I say that, I mean like the ones who students may get into a fight at school. Their kids may get into a fight at school, and instead of coming to figure out why this happened, what happened, get the details, they're going to come and they're going to get with their child to further engage, further push the envelope for whatever situation has occurred. So you have all kinds. Now, is the city culpable? Yeah, yeah. It is very clear that there are more dollars invested in the areas that they consider to be of higher value, higher class, touristy areas, places where people would want to come and feel safe and things like that. And that should be all over the city. It shouldn't just be in certain areas. So yes, parents are absolutely culpable for some of it. But when you take dollars away from or close centers or programs in Black and brown neighborhoods, you know, when I was younger, well, we were raised a little strict, but we were sent out. We knew we didn't leave our yard. Not everyone has a yard. Not everyone lives in a big house that they can send their kids to the backyard to play or to the front yard to play. When we went outside the yard, okay, we went and played in the vacant lot across the street. I was a tomboy a little bit. I climbed trees in my little patent leather shoes with my little ruffle lace socks. Yeah, yeah. While my brothers were playing football, with some of the kids on the block. Can't do that now. Not only because of the safety issues, so many things have been taken away, so much disinvestment. So you have vacant houses. That's not safe. That's not safe. Who wants to have their kids outside playing up and down a street or block where, you got two or three vacant houses or buildings, and then so much money is invested in, let's build another skyscraper downtown, let's build another high rise, let's build whatever, let's make this beautiful park here in the West Loop area or the Greektown area. Let's do more in Streeterville or even the South Loop. But the far west and far south and west sides, not saying nothing is being there, but I personally, I have tried, at one point, this was several years ago, to get some kind of grant funding for or to fund a community organization to help get boys and girls in those areas, to give them stable weekly things. You can have something where you meet once a month. Okay, so for the other 29 days, 30 days, what are they going to do? They need weekly, if not daily, things, and then things that hold them accountable. They need to be held accountable. Kids, you think they're throwaways. I hear so many people talking at kids instead of talking to kids. You know, they have brains. Like they're actually a lot more intelligent than than people treat them. And then it's if you constantly beat into them how bad they are, like you will very, very, very seldom hear me call any minor bad. Even if they do things that are not good, I'm never going to say, oh, that you're such a bad kid. Like you don't do that, because if they hear it enough, how people say affirmations, positive affirmations, tell yourself, I got this, I can do this. So you're telling yourself you can do this, but you're telling this kid over here that he's bad or that she's bad, or telling him that he's not going to be anything, or you're going to be a statistic. Regardless of how strongly you feel that it's true, you don't do that. And if I have a child, like especially if you're an only child, I have an only child here. I'm constantly thinking of things to do with him, to get him, because like I said, he's content being here, but they get restless. They get restless, especially if you're a working parent or a working household, which you have to be for the most part. So then what are they going to do? You leave them to their own devices. What are they expected to do? Now I get it. That may be the majority of the crowd that's downtown. They just want to be down there amongst people their age. They have nowhere else to go, nowhere else to be. And I'm not saying that doesn't mean Not having somewhere to go doesn't mean I'm going to go downtown and break out, jump on buses and break out windows. That's not that's not a I'm bored. I have nowhere to be type of thing. No, you're setting out. Either you're trying to impress your friends, or you're trying to impress people, strangers, people you don't know. Look at me. Or you're trying to be, a ringleader. So if I do this, people are gonna follow me. Or you're just trying to get attention or clout, or you're doing it for the gram, or for the, you're trying to get a tweet, you're trying to whatever. I'm not, I'm not talking about that, because you can have all the community programs open you want, and a person with that type of mentality, they need more than just a community organization, somewhere to go, somewhere to be. They need more than that. They need help, but they need more than a community organization will do. Uh, but the others, I guarantee you, if they're by themselves, 9 out of 10 times, if it's just them, maybe they will, maybe they won't. They'll think twice. But a whole group, it's that adrenaline. They're feeding. One person does something stupid, and they feed off, like it's contagious. The stupidity is contagious. And then you have some of those that are down there. They're just, they're just there, and it's like a train wreck or a car crash on the expressway. You drive past, you slow down, because you're looking. You're looking. You're looking. It's the same thing with kids. They're looking. They see a fight going on. Yes, in our minds, we're like, well, someone should stop them, or someone shouldn't see, or they're just standing there looking. They're kids. You know, they're just like you look at that car crash or a train wreck. You're like, oh, what happened? Or you rush outside your house because you hear a big crash, and you're going to look, being nosy. Some people say it, being curious and helping, seeing if somebody needs help. Yeah, you're being nosy. Same thing. Same thing. Do I have answers? No. But I will try, um, as best as I can. My hubby and I, we've talked about, um, this community, um, organization that we're we're going to start to build around the arts, and it will have strict requirements. So 9 out of 10 times, the people who are in, the areas who fit the demographic, who are allowed to participate, it's a zero tolerance policy. It's one strike and you're out. Yes, you deserve a chance in life. You just another chance, another chance. Not with this one though, because you go in, when you're brought in, you will know what the requirements are, and you will know that you are responsible. You are held accountable for everything you do. You are responsible for whatever actions that you take. Whatever you make, just know there's a consequence. So maybe it'll make them think twice. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't go there. Maybe I shouldn't go down that. Like, I don't plan on doing anything, but maybe I shouldn't, because if something happens, then I'm going to get kicked out of this program. Is it going to be a right fit for everyone? Not at all. Is it going to help everyone that joins? We hope, but probably not. You have to have the mentality of wanting to. Everyone can get there with that mentality, but not everyone is there immediately. There needs to be intervention, of some sort, with a lot of in a lot of the households of some of the kids that are out there committing these acts. There are some that are so angry. They're so they're angry at life. They're angry at the things that are happening that they have no control over. A lot of them feel like, so many bad things are happening. So, well, then I'm gonna just go out and do whatever. Um, there's hope for everyone. As long as you're breathing, there's hope for everyone. Not everyone can help everyone though. Some people need a deeper type of intervention than like I can even, think of. I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not even a sociologist, but there's someone out there that can help. And it kind of breaks my heart because I feel like I want to help every every kid that's going through something. I substitute teach um, in a west suburb district, and I see, you interact with students, you listen to them. Doesn't matter what background they come from. Like there is so much weighing on kids nowadays that we didn't have on us back then. It just wasn't. It just was. And no, it wasn't so long ago, but it was long enough ago for it to make a difference. So I I have no remedies for this constant downtown or the constant Chicago crime. And make no mistake, it's not just within the city limits, okay? It's spilling out. It's spilling out. Um, somebody has to do something. You know, it largely is due to, or I'm sorry, the policing. But I'll say this: it's not. I made the argument once that if you have a police stationed at every other corner, the one corner, the corner in the middle where no police is stationed, somebody can commit a crime, a act of violence right there. Yes, a police can get to it in like every second, but guess what? Getting to it, this is reactive. A police being at every other intersection, every other corner, does not stop violence from happening. Do I have a solution? No. I mean, but it's just common sense. It's common sense that, you see police um, riding around. Heck, I'm sure violence has happened on blocks where there are police stations, where police can get to whatever quickly. It's some reason. I don't know what it is. Either there's a lack of fear, and not fear for the police, but fear for consequences. The consequences, honestly, I think is kind of the biggest thing because growing up, like the consequences I would get from my parents for doing, something like I would think about it. That's why there's a lot of things I did not do, um, or participate in. I mean, for one, I like being home and I wasn't, but there are a lot of, I went to the store. I was younger. That's when there was a Walgreens on the corner of Chicago Avenue and Central. And I saw the Snicker and I thought about, I didn't have money for the Snicker and I wanted the Snicker. And I'm like, I could easily hide that. I could hide it under my shirt. True story. Did I? No. No, I did not. Because my mother, may she rest in peace, I believe had ESP, telepathy, mind reading abilities. So even if I had no evidence of it on me, my mother would know. And the last thing you want is for your mom to know, or no, last thing you want is for my mother to know that such an event occurred. So no, because of the potential consequences, I did not do that. A lot of people, and we can't just say kids, a lot of people don't have consequences. They just don't. And that's not just in the black and brown communities. Look at the little white boy from Antioch whose mother drove him. I believe it was the mom drove him to Wisconsin, who executed a couple people there. He got off self-defense. He cried, crocodile tears. He got off. So when I say parents who will not only let their kids fight, but will go to the school and fight with them. Yeah, that kind of parent. Yeah, they were white. It's not just black and brown. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Not just them. But see, you've emboldened so many people. So we have a lot of fires to put out. So all I'm saying is, I actually got on here to say something, talk about some completely different. I know I've been out of touch for a while, and uh, to talk about how we were resuming with filming till the end, to talk about the new trucking company, Hunter and Ivy Express, to talk about my 25 to 35 pound pandemic weight gain that I am trying to get off. And I will. Stephanie Mansour, who used to be my she was assigned to me as my personal trainer when I was going through that what is it, healthy initiatives with Shavon. That's Vince Vaughn's mother, who came and got 40 ladies from our area, and we went through this program for, like, I think it was like 3 months. I don't know, I can't remember exactly how long. And we met up like weekly, and we worked out, and Stephanie was assigned to me. I could ask her anything. She was awesome. I actually came upon um, when I was looking up how to, like, tone. I've always had, you can't see that, but I've always had somewhat big arms, but they've been a little more toned, like muscle underneath. Well, not big, but I've had muscle. But then when you don't work out and you gain weight, I gain it in my midsection and in my arms, my upper arms. So it's insane. Um, but Stephanie, I came across uh, a segment she did on NBC that say what is it? 5 exercises to tone arms. So thank you, Stephanie, because I only made it to the um, the second exercise. I'm gonna try to get through all 5 of them, but the tricep kickbacks, yeah, I can go past that. And then I see, for years I've been watching Ladrissa Bonneville, who is now my soror, and she's about it. She's about it. Now my hubby, who also does personal training, yeah, I can't, I can't use him. He'd probably make me cry. He'd be too mean with training me, so I can't do that. But I got on here to talk about all of this, and I'm just looking at, like, the violent, and then the dude who, the white supremacist in his ignorant ways, who purposely drove hours to Buffalo, New York, purposely went into a all predominantly black area, to a grocery store, and gunned down 10 black people, because I believe they said in his manifesto, he said, because minorities are replacing whites. There's nothing you can do about that. If that's the way you feel, you, being the heartless coward that you are, and gunning down 10 unarmed, unprovoked people, is not going to stop them from replacing you. You are the type of person that should be replaced. So if you think your kind, not meaning white people, but your kind, meaning mass murderers, hateful, racist mass murderers, if you think your kind is the kind that should exist and thrive, no. No, you should be stifled like a flame, like throw a blanket over the fire, put it out. Like, are you kidding me? I try hard to watch what I say, because I know, I have a brand to build. Um, I have a reputation of being just so nice and uplifting and cheery, but when stuff like that happens, when I think about those type of people, you have you don't even want to know the thoughts that go through my mind. Anyhow, I have a voiceover that I have to record. So hopefully next time I come to you, we'll probably be on the set or heading to the set of my film Till the End. We waited. We started in February filming. We had to sit out all of April because of, well, most of March and all of April because of the weather. Because we have mainly outdoor scenes left. So I am excited. Oh, I gotta watch this because I have a driver out there. I need to keep track um, of the weather. Thank you guys for listening. I know uh, I'll actually do my hair next time. Maybe I don't know. I have a lot going on, and then yeah, okay. Um, you guys have suggestions about the violence, how to curb the violence in Chicago? I'm all ears. I'm all for it. Let me know something, something, guys.